Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Darren and Micah Show. This week, we're back. I think we missed, frankly, a couple weeks in there, Darren.
6 years.
It's summer, and,
That's right.
we're traveling. We're trying to get out of the heat. We're trying to stay cool. So it happens. But here we are. We are back, and we are excited. I'm refreshed. Darren, you were probably tired, but also refreshed as well, right? We double vacate.
Both things can be true. I am refreshed and I am tired, yes, because I got home from the airport last night at 1 or 1:30. Of course, baggage and all that stuff takes way too long.
Darren, where were you again? Tell the people, not to spoil it by using the again word, but
I was in Las Vegas, Nevada. So, yes, I've been a few times this year. So, I'm a degenerate gambler.
At Lost Wages, as they say.
Yes. Which you must be 21 and older, kids.
Do you have, can you boil it down? Do you have one good story from the travel? Do you got one? You can do multiple if you want, or is it just one, or was it
Well,
just...
we dealt with, I was
Only
there.
positive.
I was
You can
only
only-
one. I was there for the first hurricane tropical depression storm in Vegas in 80 years, Hurricane Hillary.
Did it make it all the way through? in
Yes,
that
it
time?
sure
Wow.
did.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we saw a lot of storms, thunderstorm, lightning in Vegas. It was
Well, that
weird,
sounds
a lot of
kinda
flooding.
Cool though. The flooding's not.
Oh,
cool. The flooding's not.
It
cool.
was,
Seeing the
one
storms
day
is cool.
in August, it was 75 degrees in Vegas. I was
Wow.
walking around with a hoodie on.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll
I took on purpose
I'll
because I
be-
knew it was going to be cold.
Okay. Well, no other crazy happenings.
Not that
no
I
other...
can say in public radio.
Yeah, there we go. No other special stops or anything. All right. Well, you know what they say. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yes, it
So,
does. But today is August 22nd, 94.3 FM, Wimberley Valley Radio. I want to give a big shout out to my son who turned 17 years old today. His name is Cash. Just like Johnny Cash, although spelled differently. I love you, buddy. We have more birthdays as well.
I'm going to hit the applause button.
Yay!
There we go. Claps all around.
Micah, you just got back from Cloudcroft, New Mexico.
That's right.
Which was probably a lot cooler than it is today.
Man.
What was the big highlight of your trip?
58 at night, 76 in the evening. Honestly, it was the highlight. There was a number. We went to this, it's called like White Sands National Park.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I know White. I haven't been there, but it's in movies and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it should be in movies. It feels like I'm on like a Star Wars set.
Yeah.
It was really cool. I got some videos too. I'll post them and stuff later. But my favorite thing, I don't play much golf anymore, but my wife's dad is now really into it. And so he got the whole family into it. So all 6 of us went, and we were the last tee time on a course that had actual wild horses.
Wow.
So like real wild horses and elk. And we just had a great time. There's no cart girl, so we just brought a bunch of festivities and fun, and we took our time, and the weather was beautiful. I had a wonderful time. It was a really good trip.
There's a movie from the late 80s. I can't remember it, but Samuel Jackson, before he was super famous, he's running through the sands of White Sands, and he gets gunned down, and he falls down the big white sands. Sorry for the free association, but
it seems
I'm
like
going to look it up.
It seems like a real place you shoot movies. I was driving in there. I was like, this is a thing.
There are wild horses walking on the
golf course in Cloud.
Doesn't
There's
it
just
tear up
wild
the green
horses
and stuff?
Oh, dude, there's just like hoof prints like on half the greens and stuff. It has to be like a.
So you don't have to replace that divot, do
Oh,
you?
it has to be a groundskeeper.
You gotta, it's like a tool. You don't have to have a little divot
horse
tool,
divot,
but yeah,
like
you got
a
like
horseshoe,
like a hand
Yeah,
shovel.
100%.
What did you shoot?
Oh, it was so we did. I didn't want to play we just did like best ball. My wife had actually never
that's
played on
cool.
a course before.
Oh.
So my wife and her sister had never played on a course before. The mom had played like twice, and Max had played like 10 times.
Fun.
So we just played best ball,
Right.
and like worked together. And when we got
That's
a good
cool.
shot, we just
That's
high-fived.
when golf is fun.
It was a really great.
There's
time.
nothing makes me crazier than when I do like 4-man scrambles or golf tournaments or things like that. And these guys that golf, once a year, once every 2 years, and they get so mad at themselves. I'm like, you're not nearly good enough to be that angry.
That's so funny. I had a really good quote with my dad, who I love dearly, but he used to get really mad. We had this great teacher, and he used to always tell my dad, "You're not good enough to be mad."
Right.
Just like you're not even in the ball game.
Right. You're not letting anybody down.
Yeah, I will. Scrambles are my favorite. So, anyways, it was a great trip. It's a 10-hour drive there and back. So, got in late last night. 10 hours. That's about the max amount of time that I can sit in a car from point A to point B. But
mine
it
is
was a lot
about
of fun.
45 minutes.
Yeah.
So August, I love going places, but the physical part of getting there is awful for me. But anyway, back here on Earth, back here in
Back to
Wimberley
life.
on August 22nd, we want to remind you once again that Night at the Casino is Saturday, September 30th. We are getting very, very close. It is the second annual Night at the Casino, brought to you by Sonora Bank. You guys know what a casino night is. It is open bar, high-stakes Vegas-style gaming. I'm sure it's blackjack and other games, but you can buy your tickets by going to the station's website, kwvh.org. That is Saturday, September 30th, Casino Night. Night at Casino. We'll see you there. Fun. Micah, guess what?
Oh, dude, it's time.
Are you ready for some football?
Oh,
Friday night football, Texas tradition.
Friday night football. Dude, I
definitely let Micah sing it over me.
I am so ready, Darren. I am so ready for football. All football, high school, college, NFL.
Well, it's this Friday.
I'm just so pumped. I can't believe it.
It's always catches me
every
by
time.
Surprise every
it's
August,
the one
every
thing
year.
that reminds me again, and not to be a downer, more of an appreciation post of how quick things go. Like every time I'm like done with football, I think, man, it's over. I got to wait another 6 months, and then I'm like, and we're back to football season.
At some point in your life, that'll change, because the day football's over, I don't worry about it, because I know I'm going to wake up the next day, and it's going to be 7 months have gone by. And
it feels like that every time. I'm super pumped. I'm excited. Wimberley, we play Canyon Lake this Friday, so let's see if we can get a dub to start the season.
I feel bad for the players. I can't imagine how hot it's going to be.
It is warm.
When I was in high school and played football, we didn't start until well into September.
This is when we started, when I used to play as well. This would have been our first game. It was hot. I remember some 104 days faux show.
It's nuts.
It is rough.
All right, so if you're new to the Darren Mike Show, we talk about all things entertainment, primarily music. Micah is a professional musician and music producer out of South Austin. I am a professional marketer who plays guitar and takes lessons from Micah. Darren and Mike's Show. Let's get started. Let's start off with some music news. Queen, Micah, this has shocked me, and I'm going to give an opinion on it. There is a new reissue of Queen, the band, Greatest Hits, and they have chosen to drop the song Fat Bottom Girls.
What?
Yes, because it addresses the body image of women. But the song was written by Brian May, the guitarist, who's still with us and a world-class guitarist. And the song celebrates a young man's appreciation for the fuller-figured women, but appears to be out of favor. So this is truly...
That doesn't make sense. Like, in today's society, too, this is, like, we're all about. Like,
any comment on a woman... This is, in my opinion, not related to the station. This is woke culture gone way too far.
Way, but it was their choice to remove it.
It is, but I mean, I'm sure it's pressure there. So it's
what?
Yeah, well, there's more to the story that I don't have written in front of me, but I did read it this morning. But yeah, the record label has asked them to do it, and Queen has acquiesced. Is basically what's happened.
I feel like this song could not be more, in the time of the moment.
Body positive.
100%. It's yes. The whole thing is about being body positive.
And it, honestly, it's my favorite song.
I'll tell you. I will say the lyrics are funny. Where he says she was such a naughty nanny.
Yeah.
I mean, so they might actually have less to do with fat bottom girls and be like, we shouldn't be talking about nannies anyways. I won't get into the lyrics. So I'm starting to think
the song is Fat Bottom Girls Make the Rockin' World Go Round.
Maybe it has less to do with that and more to do with the other. But I still think it's a little sensitive. I mean, a lot sensitive. Just drop the song. It's a fun song. Don't listen to it if you don't like it. You know the drill. I mean, what? I just agreed.
This is.
I mean, drop. Like, put it out. Keep the song.
When you say drop, you're being hip to the drop.
No.
When you say drop song, you drop it from.
Put it out. Please. You know. I agree with this. If you don't like something, don't listen to it. You know how I feel.
It's a banger of a song.
Yeah.
And I would think I would bet that most fat bottom girls would appreciate the positive message that song has. This is utter silliness.
Silliness. And I will say again, put out all the music that you want. Do whatever you want. Put it out. If you don't like something, people, don't listen to it. Okay.
Right.
And if you got enough time to go make a huff and a fuff about songs being dropped, then you should get something to do. All right. Get a different hobby. All right. Just there's other things to spend your time on. Godspeed.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We don't have a ton of news items because I wanted to get to two new songs today.
Your favorite, though.
Here's the next one. Miley Cyrus. It's Miley in Miley news, which I talk about a lot. Anyway, Miley has a new single coming out next week, And the song is discusses about her partying days in her 20s and how she has moved past that. But in a recent post, she wears a Mickey Mouse t-shirt to tease the forthcoming single, which is called Used to Be Young. But anyway, she's going to release it on her father's birthday, Billy Ray Cyrus. And the point of her releasing it on her birthday is because during her 20s, she was in party mode and she got roasted in social media and the news quite a bit. But it is a way for her to say thank you to her dad for standing by her when she found her way in showbiz and eventually put her partying ways to bed. That's what the song is about. So Miley Cyrus has a new song coming out. It is a nod to her father of like, hey, thanks for sticking by me, Dad. Why I went from a young Disney star to 20 partying stars or 20-year-old partying days, and now I'm an adult and moving on with ourselves. So.
I love this lyric that you have here that you wrote down. I know I used to be crazy. I know I used to be fun. You say I used to be wild. I say I used to be young. That's good, Miley. Well done.
It is well done. And so Mike and I have had this conversation a couple of times on this show and our YouTube channel called The Damn Music Show. And to me, I think Miley was unfair. I don't want to say unfairly, but unnecessarily criticized in her 20s for some of her behavior, because her saying, hey, I partied in my 20s, to me, what I hear is the story of absolutely every single other person I've ever met in my life. Anybody that had a partying time period, it was in their 20s.
Yeah.
So I don't understand. I will never understand why Miley gets criticism on this, other than she's high profile, which is just silly. I was the same way when I was in my 20s.
You got to have something to do in the media, Darren. All right, we got to have something to talk about, and it ain't always music.
It seems like Disney and Nickelodeon stars, when they go from teenager to 20s, they get it more than anyone else.
Like Disney built that recipe. I guarantee they're supporting it. They're like it puts what I was talking about it yet again.
It's so weird. It's so strange to me. I don't get it.
Yeah,
anyway.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Ed Sheeran, which is one of Micah's
I like Edward.
fun, more popular,
very
not
talented
fun, but
guy.
It's one of your more favorite.
Also,
I don't want to say it's your favorite, but you enjoy him a lot.
Won his lawsuit case. So.
Yeah, so he, in an interview recently, said he has no interest in headlining the Super Bowl halftime. He's actually had some discussion with the people that run the Super Bowl, and he has declined. And he said, and I'm curious to get your take, Mike, he goes, I don't have pizzazz. So when he compares himself to like Rihanna, Michael Jackson, Beyonce, other people that have performed, Lady Gaga, The Weeknd, and it's going to have the fireworks and the backup dancers. He goes, that's just me. I just don't think anybody wants to see me do the Super Bowl either.
Well, if you can hear me, Ed, I'd love to watch you do the Super Bowl, my friend. So there are people out there.
This is the crux of my Taylor Swift rant and my also Super Bowl. I agree with Ed. I don't want 100 dancers on the field.
Yeah.
And I don't want the streamer. I don't need that. I'm not saying you can't have some cool lights and a show, but what's that got to do with music?
I really enjoyed Dr. Dre, M, and Snoop when they had like the thing.
But they kept it very simple, though.
It was just simple. They're like stacking buildings and stuff. I mean, it wasn't complicated, but it wasn't super simple.
But
there was a lot of dancers.
They didn't have the dancers on the stage. The dancers were on the field.
And they were like in boxes and stuff.
But don't you remember too when Dre was just playing the piano? Boom, boom, boom.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. But they move things down and stuff. It was pretty wild.
That's true. You're right. I didn't even pay attention to that.
Yeah.
But
because the music was so good.
Paul McCartney has played the Super Bowl, I think, and he definitely played the Olympics. And when he played the Olympics, he came out there with a piano and he's saying, "Hey Jude,"
just crushed it.
That's all you need. I'm not trying to be contrarian here. I truly don't. Why is the music not enough?
I would disagree. I'll tell you two things here. One, I'll say I love Ed's stance, and that's Ed being Ed, and that's awesome. I support that. That's not a thing. Two, we are not the only persons there to watch the Super Bowl halftime show, and there are a lot of people. There are a lot of people that don't actually care for the music, but they care for the dance, and they care for the art, and they care for the performance. There's a lot of people in the world that just want the performance, and I support those people as well, and I get that. But I also support Ed for just being like, it ain't me. But Ed, I think you'd surprise a lot of people if you came out there in real time with a real loop pedal and did one of your songs live, that would blow my mind and
Particularly
everyone
in a
else's.
stadium where it's got to be
Because
hard to
he's
hear.
Truly, not that anyone else isn't. Just Ed's truly talented. I've always felt that for a long time.
But he plays in like Wembley Stadium with
can
just
do
his
it.
acoustic guitar.
He can do it.
He's proven he
anyone,
can do it.
If anyone can do it, it's Ed. But I also kind of get what he's saying, that like, and he's not wrong. A third of us would absolutely love it, and 2/3 of it would be like, yeah. But like, welcome to the plane for the Super Bowl. That's what happens.
Prince came out there in the freaking rain and wailed on his guitar with no dancers.
Dude,
it was awesome.
Can we also the guy's Prince? It's just not fair. But also,
but it can be done.
Can we have a nod for how big do you have to be to turn down the Super Bowl? My man, Ed. My man. All right, you are a boss. You are what?
I would like to
see
see Ed Sheeran.
I would love to see Ed. And in fact, what I'd love to see is like 3 really great songwriters from history. So if you had like, I don't know, not Bob Dylan, but like if you had like 3 great songwriters together playing
Let's
each one of their
get him
songs,
and
that'd
Billy
be cool.
Joel.
Oh, please,
And
let's go.
the piano and the guitar.
Oh, I love this already. I love this
just
already.
do that.
And then head back. I don't
and
know.
Elton John maybe or something.
Yeah,
Whatever.
maybe. Oh,
There's 2 piano
man.
guys.
Let's
But
go. That would be
why not just get Elton John and Billy Joel with their show with the pianos
I got it,
back
Darren.
to back?
Dolly Parton, Ed Sheeran, and Billy Joel.
There you go.
Can I? Oh, this would be awesome. This would be awesome. Anyways,
This frustrates me. I consider it the bastardization of music sometimes. All these dancers and you're right. I get it. I'm a music fan.
Tisk, tisk.
Maybe I'm old and all that stuff, but
I think you're just too focused on the thing you like and just ignore the rest, which is what you did anyways during Dr. Dre's. You don't even remember anyone else anyway. So, no big deal.
That's true. I mean,
Miley Cyrus got 58 million dancers every time she's out there. You love her. So, let's not isolate.
She does not have those many dancers.
Oh, she played the Super Bowl. She'd have 4,000 dancers. All right.
Nah, I don't think so.
Quit it. Miley, would you go to the Super Bowl just so I can prove Darren wrong? Okay.
You don't need it, Miley.
You know what would be a great Super Bowl, though? Metallica and Miley Cyrus. I would enjoy that. I don't know why that because she sang with them. Anyways,
she has a few times, but not on that.
Metallica's on tour right now. I'm sad I didn't go in Arlington Stadium. I should have. I regret it, and we'll regret it for life.
They played in Arlington Stadium.
They just played. They burned it down. Apparently, 2 nights, all their hits.
That's a big commitment, man. It's a lot of money.
It was going to be like $2,000 by the time you buy tickets in a hotel. You got to stay for the night. If it was in Austin or nearby, I'd have gone in 5 seconds. Anyways.
God. Anyway.
It's when you get too big that you can't do a 20,000 person tour. You got to go to 84,000 in Arlington Stadium.
Well, we got about 15 more minutes left. It is August 22nd. Thanks for listening to the Darren and Micah show. It's good to be back. Hey, on this day, August 22nd, we have some birthdays, including my son, Cash, who's turning 17 today. Dua Lipa was born in 1995.
I like Dua.
Dua,
Happy birthday,
in 1995, a year I can remember.
Why?
Because I'm old enough to remember 1995.
Clear. I was just old enough to remember 1995.
You were 9 years old?
I think those were the years that my Niners were starting to get beat by the Cowboys, so it's not good memories. It's all
That was
all
the
bitter.
Troy Aikman glory days.
It's all
right
bitter.
there.
Hey, Steve Young pulled one out for me, so,
There's actually some pretty talented people born on this day, August 22nd. 1967, Lane Staley, the lead singer of Alice in Chains. Are you an Alice in Chains guy?
Oh, yeah. I used to like Alice. I never loved him.
Wonderful vocalist.
vocalist.
He's no longer with us, unfortunately, but Alice in Chains music will live on. 1963, Tori Amos. I think we call her a folk singer, songwriter type person, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of pop, but like.
And then
I don't remember.
This is crazy to me. 1917, John Lee Hooker. Are you familiar with John Lee Hooker?
Of course.
Okay. Well, we're going to play a John Lee Hooker song, and I've got a story about him. But anyway, happy birthday to those people, and happy birthday to Cash Dre. What's my kiddo?
I mean, if you play guitar and you're not familiar with a little John Lee, then I don't know what you're doing.
On this day, 1979, Led Zeppelin, the album Through the Outdoor, was released in the United States. This is the last album why all 4 members were alive. So, yeah, and including Fool in the Rain was released as the single on their first album. So way back in 1979, Led Zeppelin's last album with the 4 members still being alive was released. So that's this day, August 22nd. So okay. John Lee Hooker, Okay, born in 1917. Crazy. I think he passed in 2010. So I bought in high school a cassette of John Lee Hooker.
Nice.
Yes, and I listened to the whole thing all the time. So here I was, a metalhead, long-haired, metalhead, hair metal guy. But I discovered John Lee Hooker, and I don't remember how. I think it may have been the show or the movie Crossroads with Ralph Macchio in it, where he is a blues guitar player. Have you seen that movie?
It's been a while. If I
Yeah,
have.
it's
I was
cool. It's an
kiddo,
older
for sure.
movie, but yeah. Anyway, John Lee Hooker, and there was always a song that stuck out, and it's called "Boom Boom."
Yep.
So we're gonna listen to it. This song came out in 1961. Freaking years and years before I was even born. I didn't realize. I knew John Lee was old timer. I had no idea that he was born in
I'm not gonna
1917.
lie.
Man, that
I
is
also,
over 100 years ago.
I also did not know he was born.
If you would have said 1935 or 1945, I'd have probably believed it. But I'm just blown away by this. So this is a blues confessional this is like stripped down, really old. 1961, man,
Blown
almost
away.
the 50s.
Let's give it a go. Let's listen to Boom Boom by John Lee Hooker.
Boom, 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 boom. Gonna shoot you right down at all your feet. Take you home with me. Put you in my house. Boom, 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 boom. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I love to see you walk up and down the floor when you're talking to me. That baby talk. I like it like that. When you talk like that, you knock me dead. That on my feet. How, 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 how. Whoa.
Oh yeah.
The song has such a groove to it.
I mean, again, if you're a guitarist and you haven't spent time on John Lee, I don't know what you're doing.
You think he can headline the Super Bowl?
I don't think he's around there.
I love this.
Influenced so many. Love that B3.
They probably recorded this just with the microphones that hung down from the ceiling.
I would say this is very likely. Sounds nice though. Sounds lovely. All right, we'll give enough of the John Lee. That was fantastic.
I wonder, you know the Shoals, right? In the
Muscle Shoals?
Yeah, Muscle Shoals in Alabama.
who don't?
I wonder if that was recorded there. 'Cause it seems like that time period, that was like the place to go to do that, all that kind of music.
It sure does. And, it's funny, anytime you are in any field, everyone expects you to know everything in that field.
No.
Just like,
I don't
have
expect you to know. This is a talk show, so I'm talking.
Yeah.
Well, that's, Muscle Shoals was, Elvis and Delta Blues and all that, so I wouldn't have been surprised if that wasn't there. But, when I hear that, I just think about
Yep, got
some
that classic
dude
vibe.
sitting in the back of a freaking Memphis bar just with his guitar and one drummer, and these guys are just going to town, and I think their talent is so misunderstood because of the simpleness of that song.
I think that still is something that's missed today in the modern world is simplicity is often the most difficult, and having things to sound really good with a few things is extremely hard.
That song, and that for him to, I think I know what that song's about. For him to record that in 1961, good for him for being what a pioneer. Being a black man, getting a record deal and putting that kind of music out and just facing all that stuff. I'd like to know more about John Lee Hooker.
John pushed things forward there, and you tricked me. I don't actually get to read I don't actually get to read the script before I
Oh.
see it, everybody. And I just looked down and I saw my music on here, Darren.
Yes.
On our list of
So
to-dos.
Mike, as I said earlier, he is a professional music producer and performer, but he is also an award-winning songwriter and puts out his own music. You have put out how many albums? 3 or 4 albums?
I put out 2 albums and
And
some
a whole bunch of
singles
singles, yes. But Micah has a new album. People even drop albums anymore. I don't
It's
want to
not a
butcher
new album.
this.
It's just a new song. A
New song,
single. Yep.
but you have a series of new songs coming out, right?
I sure do. They will
Yes,
be coming
and
out over
his
the
first
next
one
2 months.
is called Chase the Sun.
Yep, that is
I've
correct.
heard him perform it live, and I've also heard it performed recording. I think it would be smart and fun for us to play it. Mike, why don't you tell us what the song's about, and then why don't you play it a little bit?
Yeah, we'll do.
Since I put you on the spot. Sorry.
No worries.
I did-
It's easy. I've done this before. 2020 ISRC International Songwriting Competition semi-finalist. That's got over 30,000 people that apply to it. So I was always proud of that on this song. This song is about love and travel and about letting travel, if you are lucky enough to be able to travel, influence and impact you as a person. So let's give it a play, I guess.
Yeah.
So this is Chase the Sun by
Michael Wagner.
yours truly.
Go and chase the sun, and don't sit here waiting for something or someone,
I know that guy.
and taste the salty earth. Feel the color of the soul shaped by different dirt. Honey, go and don't look back. I can tell your heart's on the right track. And you can kick dust on cobblestone, leave behind your little house with those 80s bones, and not care for all things unknown. 'Cause I promise you we're all still gasping for our souls. And you can go and chase the sun, let it take you where your mind can't even run. And honey, go and chase the sun, 'cause you can always go back where you've run. And if the day it comes for two, I hope life will let me see life with you. 'Cause I could spend all my days wrapped up with you in some foreign unknown place. We can go and not look back. We can take turns taking turns, picking different paths, and put our lives in just one pack, and travel down any old path. Yeah, we can go and chase the sun, see all the things we never learned. Yeah, we can go and chase the sun, let it take us where our minds can't even run. Run, yeah, we can go and chase the sun, see all the things we never learned. Yeah, we can go and chase the sun, see all the things that we could never learn unless we go and chase. Yeah, go and chase. Yeah, honey, go and chase. Go and chase the sun. Go and chase the sun. Go and chase the sun. Go and chase the sun.
So that is called Chase the Sun by Micah Wagner, co-host of this show right here.
Yep.
Micah, people can find this song on Spotify and
Yeah.
everywhere places are streaming.
Yeah, easiest way to find this is to go to either my website, MICAH, Wagner, WAGNER.com, or go ahead and head to any of my social media accounts. That's Micah Wagner Music. And there will be a Here Now link on all of those places, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere else. And you can click and you can go to whatever streaming service is your preference.
And Here Now
Apple,
is
Spotify.
HEAR, as in hear it.
HEAR, Here Now. But that's on my Those are on my socials. Well, thank you, Darren, for surprising me with myself. I also am grateful that the only person we choose not to talk over and give a full song is myself. But, that's why it's our radio show. No, that's accidental. Regardless, thank you all for listening. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Let's go, Wimberley. New season of football, new season of sports for everybody, new season of school. Happy to have y'all back. Happy to be back. We're going to end right on 30 minutes. You're at 94.3 FM, Wimberley Valley Radio, KWVH. See you later.